when I heard Tom Curran's report, or he went on a local radio show in Boston, our friend Tom Curran from NBC Sports Boston, saying that he heard that after the loss to the Colts, the Krafts had essentially made up their minds about Bill Belichick's future. And they were going to, as Tom said, play out the string and then part ways with Belichick. When I heard that, and I heard that the Colts game was essentially the moment from what he was told, was the moment the Krafts made the decision, it adds up.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to win. We were at the walkthrough after speaking with Belichick in our broadcast meeting. And out at the walkthrough, Robert Kraft spoke to the team at the end of the walkthrough. And I turned to Jason McCourty and I'm like, how often does that happen? Because, he had a year with the Patriots. Obviously, Devin was the guy who was the McCourty that played for Bill and with the Patriots for a long time. And he's like, yeah, that doesn't, he doesn't remember that happening. And then Kraft said to me when I interviewed him live on NFL Network that he had not done that in years. And it's the only time he addressed the team. He usually likes to do it around Thanksgiving. But he addressed the team, and he basically told him how much winning in Germany would mean to the organization. Now, again, I know so many folks from the outside looking in the NFL are like, what do these guys even care about going internationally? Why do they even care? Like, why does the NFL do it? Why would they even consider putting a team elsewhere? Heaven forbid, a Super Bowl instead of a United States city in that economy, sending it to, say, London or what have you? Why were they even? Because it is important to the league to get the game out there. It is important to the league and teams to get the game in certain places financially. Let's not kid each other. I mean, and identify a football rabid community outside our borders and talk to them and market to them and make their team this fan base's favorite. And the Patriots, for the Patriots, that market was Germany. And it is. And they wanted to win that game really badly. And they didn't. And not only did they not.
Well, I mean,
it was particularly brutal watch.
Yeah, it's rough. 6 points.
So does this add up that the Colts moment would be the breaking point? Yeah. Does it add up that they're done already? That one is just it. I don't know. I just certainly since you saw again what happened in Pittsburgh, and I know we've been having our fun with the memo and stuff like that, wanting to tank, and you wanting them to tank to get Caleb Williams, and I told you this is an organization that would not tank. They will not tank,
of course,
because they want to win. It's just we saw what happened in Pittsburgh, and I know that game meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. Certainly, in the grand scheme of things, it might hinder their ability to get a quarterback like Caleb Williams' stature and win games with him for a long time. And I keep saying I lament that time that the Jets won here in SoFi with Frank Gore costing him a shot at Trevor Lawrence. But I see what they did in Pittsburgh, and Belichick hasn't lost an ounce of his ability to coach and win football games with the people who he has on his roster. The issue is he's the one who's deciding who's on his roster. And I keep thinking to myself, could there be some construct where those groceries are shopped by someone else? Like, period. Where they come up with a construct similar to, all right, Bill, you're bringing on an offensive coordinator that we want.
Right.
And you're still the head coach here. We have no idea what's going on in that building.
Also, Bill, reportedly he signed a new deal.
I know.
He's under contract for next year. So if he is out, are they going to try to trade him somewhere else and get an asset back? Remember, he was acquired in a trade to begin with back in 2000. So
right.
There's a lot happening, and there's a lot that's going to happen here in the next few weeks.
Belichick was actually asked about this today, and this is what he had to say.
Do you have an understanding that Robert will not ask you to be back next year?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Kansas City. That's what I'm doing.
Bill, while understanding that you're getting ready for Kansas City, have you and Robert discussed your future beyond this season?
Getting ready for Kansas City.
I mean, ironically enough, it was the loss to Kansas City that told him they were going to move on to Cincinnati.
Right. Yeah,
and it's the same answer he's getting. I mean, you're not going to get that answer. No. But if he did know this already, I think you could make book on the fact that he's already identified where he would want to be next. And maybe it's the media. His appearance on College Game Day
incredible.
And the number of people that are like, I didn't know. That's the guy I spent a day and a half with at NFL Films, who loves ball, loves talking ball, loves having fun talking ball, can have fun, like putting on a helmet and talking to Corso and talking about old school football, and awesome. But also still being, talking to McAfee of McAfee's generation, and the kids screaming behind. I mean, he could fit in name any spot, booth, studio, name it, and he would be spectacular at it. Spectacular. I have no idea if that's exactly what he wants to do, but if he has been told by Kraft or the Krafts, like, this is the way it's going to go, then he's already mapped his next thing out, while also beating the Steelers. And watch the Jedi mind tricks he's going to pull on Mahomes this week.
And try.
He's going to try. I mean, of all the teams that you think you could figure out your offense against, and I know the Saints came in and blew the doors off this team earlier this year. I feel it's different. The defense always gets better in New England by the middle of the season and the end of the season. And they don't even have their best players on defense because of injury. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already figured out his next spot, too. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.